But I welcome you here. I was relocated when the Oahe was built. So I know great hunger and homelessness in my own land in the national interest. But I survived, and I hear, and I'm still a voice. I think that's a tribute to my people, to my parents. I was raised on VA pension, so I know the great wars that were fought by my ancestors. I have great respect for the military. But the one man that brought justice to us was the late Senator Quentin Burdick from the state of North Dakota. He was my hero. He was my hero. A white man was my hero in my life because he created that justice by bringing JTAC to here, giving us a voice. But I am a child of Oahe, and as an adult, I asked for redress in Congress, and we received it. So I know good things can come about, and I have this respect for the military and for the Army Corps and the congressional people who are our partners in treaty territory. Number one, the Missouri River to the headwaters is treaty territory. And that belongs to us, yes, yet. So when you bore under that riverbed, you're boring my territory. And I still own the riverbed. 20,000 acres has not been compensated for our mineral rights. And I'm asking for $10,000 per ounce. Not acre, ounce, teaspoonful. $10,000 per ounce. That's the valuation we put on it. That's above commercial. That includes navigation and all of the amenities that we have. So I feel that before any further development can occur, the Army Corps needs to answer for the spill at Tioga, for the spill at Williston on that creek, and for the spill at Mandaree. And you have under Section 404, you have penalties that can be assessed on the corporate individuals. I would like to see that in writing from all three of those reports on the spills, because those are trespass to Article 11, Proviso 6, 15 Statute 635, ratified by Congress in 1869. The highest law of the land. You have an obligation to give that to our people. You also have the Proxmire Act, which was enacted in 1988, that provides for $1 million fine for creating conditions for a special group. It's the Genocide Convention. So we are proposing charges being filed against the corporate structure for genocide. Because, you know, I made an agreement with the Senator Burdick in my life. I went pounding the tables. I didn't know, I was young, aggressive, didn't know the protocols. Granted, I was spoiled by the diplomacy of the great senators and the great legislators that walked this land in my life. I was spoiled by that. And I like to think I'm a spoiled American, like certain things, but that means that the colonialism is perfected. I like Coca-Cola, and I like the elevator to come up the, you know, I like all the leisure things that are provided for Americans. I was a spoiled American for 40 years. Now I'm a spoiled Lakota, and I want my clean drinking water. Number one, clean drinking water was a national standard set in 1990. We all need clean drinking water, but I'm not speaking for me, Minik Kiawe. I'm not speaking for my community. I'm not speaking for Standing Rock or Indians or tribes. I'm speaking about human beings that have to live forever on water. Only a human interest that we have here. The top level, humanity. Water is life. Miniwichoni, that comes from the 7 stars. That's our culture. And we bear life as women in water. All living creatures are born from a womb in water. A child can swim before they can even walk. And they know how to breathe in that water world and the air world. So from our culture, we need this river. We need this water. North Dakota needs it. All humanity needs this river. Life needs this river. And so we're at the end gate. For you to take our land, 56,000 acres of the best, all of our timber. We sacrificed. I sacrificed in my life. I drank that water as a child. That water was pristine. That water was clean, pure. And it gave me life, sustained me. And that is our water right. That is our most senior water right. And we are entitled to that. We demand it. And if we're not listened to, we will file under the Proxmire Act, which is the Genocide Convention, which the United States signed in 1988. And we had to push that. We had to promote that. We thought we were going to live here being left alone forever. Because, okay, you took our land. You took our resources. You created welfare. The most devastating part of it was the welfare state that was created. How dare someone take away my sustenance and my life ways and my land, and the federal government's going to dole out a dime every month? That's insulting to our grandparents. So I'm an elder. I earned my status. I'm an elderly too. But I want to live out my life, my twilight years, drinking clean drinking water. And you know what? That's the most basic element that we have. And that's the most that I can ask for my children and my takujas who are here today. Because we need that. We need clean drinking water. That's all. And if there has to be holes built under our river, our drinking water, we have to fight to stop it. We have to fight to stop it. And we have to die one way or the other, with or without water. And we intend to die to keep that water for our takujas. So you have Section 404 that provides for your processes for the Army Corps to meet. We're asking for special permit and all the provisions under it. No general permit. We're asking for the documentation and the responses of all the parties. And we are also asking under the harbors, the Section 10 of the Rivers and Harbors Act, we are accorded the same standards for the oceans and the seas. And so we're demanding that that same standard be applied in our processes that we're going forward with. I want to acknowledge all of the portions of Section 404. I have them handwritten, and I will give them to the chairman to give them to the Army Corps. So you have those. They're all of the meetings that you have, all of the requests you have, the permits you have, the time frames you have, and the penalties that are in place for corporate officers. I would like the report for the 3 spills that have occurred with all of the corporate names so that we have a record on who contaminated what. And it's not only happening on this river system. The Navajo Nation has faced it, is facing it, living with that, what happened on their river system. So in Michigan, Americans are on that river system. So there's great devastation occurring across our land in terms of our water. So it's not just Lakotas, it's not just Indians, it's Americans across the board. And all of us it's incumbent upon us to fight for that most basic right for life, and that's clean drinking water. So, Lilo Wopila for hearing me.
First of all, I just want to thank the chairman for inviting us today. And I'm very honored to be here among your elders and among the people. And I just want to say how important this process is that we hear these concerns. And this is part of us understanding the impacts that some of these applicants and pipelines have. So we really value your feedback. And I just want you to know that we love this land as much as you guys do. And our staff that works for the Corps of Engineers, many of them grew up in this area. We're from South Dakota, we're from North Dakota, we're from Nebraska and Wyoming. I'm from South Dakota personally, although I'm active duty military. So we care about the river, we care about the natural resources and the cultural resources. Personally, we do. And as a federal agency, we're as you stated, through Section 404, Section 10, Section 106, we're required to protect those resources. And we're required to evaluate the permits. And we're your federal government. With regard to documentation, this is your process. This is part of what we do. So as far as ensuring that you get the documentation you want with regard to skills and with regard to this permitting process, there is documentation. We're one team. From our perspective, we'll be totally transparent.